Hey guys! Welcome to this week's Chic Flow Stop, Drop, and Film video segments. I'm gonna apologize in advance for this crazy hair. It is insanely humid. Like, I might as well be out in the rainforest right now. It's just uncontrollable. I am in Beaconsfield, in beautiful Beaconsfield this week. Really excited, just enjoying some time at my parents' home. My husband and I are in transition in our lives in terms of where we're living. We are moving from the province of Quebec within Canada to another province, and through this transition we've been doing a lot of staying at family homes because we do have a small apartment that's temporary outside of Quebec near Ottawa, the capital of Canada, and then we've also got our place in Montreal. So we're in between spots right now, a little bit all over the place, and it just feels like every week I'm coming at you guys from a new location. So this week we're in the beautiful backyard of Beaconsfield. It is Wednesday, August 15th, 2018. Really excited to be coming at you guys. I've got Chloe here sleeping, my little dog, next to me, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about how I created the life of my dreams. How I'm creating perhaps the life of my dreams. I do these segments weekly. They're usually aligned with my weekly Chic Flow newsletter. If you want to sign up for that, I provide a tip a week. You can write down your email in the comment box, or you can reach me on Instagram at Stephanie Chic on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. You can just search at Stephanie Chic Fan. I am a self-love coach. I specialize in helping my clients know themselves, love themselves, and be themselves. I specialize in helping you awaken your authentic self, in helping you reach for that life that you want to be living, because if you can dream it, it exists. So here we are this week, and what I want to talk to you guys is something is something that I have been kind of thinking about and looking around at my life lately and reflecting on all of the ways in which my life has changed. And I thought to myself, I get a lot of feedback like, oh, Steph, you seem so happy. You seem like you're doing really well. There's a lot of curiosity in our society in general about happiness, right? So I thought I would kind of give you guys a glimpse of how I got here. So as most of you know, if you're here for the first time, I invite you to go check out my video on my burnout/spiritual awakening, which happened about a year ago, actually, when I had just left my job. I can't even believe that was a year ago because it feels like it was so much longer ago. So a year ago, I was facing this like burnout. I had no idea that I was going to be a coach, guys. None whatsoever. You know, I've been a coach my whole life and I didn't even know. So I awakened that part of me that's been in me all along. And here I am living a life of true bliss and happiness. And how I was able to do that is I was able to tap into my inner strength. I was able to reach for my higher purpose, and I was able to finally tap into my intuition and listen to my intuition and listen to my divine purpose and listen to that conduit of energy that comes in to me all the time, and that is creativity, constant creativity. And I was able to anchor that and reach so concretely for what I wanted out of life. And here we are. There's a lot of healing that goes into this process. I dive into that in my last video from last week's Stop, Drop, and Film. If you want to go check that out, it is why the cornerstone of self-love, guys, is really about healing yourself, facing your demons, facing your dragons, not running away from them, and doing that core work and opening yourself up to be vulnerable and doing vulnerability with grace. And there is a way to do that. If you need more help, connect with me. I would love to help you win daily at reaching your higher purpose. I would love to also share your wins with you. It is what gives me life, is helping my clients and be there to serve you guys and just serve you in your purpose, but also in your day-to-day adventure as you're trying to reach for your higher purpose. So I have a lot of kind of activities that I do, from journaling to meditating. And you know, there's so much around meditation nowadays. It's like I meditate. And sometimes I feel like we're focusing so much on that word and not so much on how meditation can be any kind of process. And you don't necessarily have to go to a space where you are disconnecting and meditating. I have gotten to a place in my life now where I meditate all day long. There are moments of my life, moments in my day all day long that occur where I am just at one with myself, where I am silently existing in silence, where I can really hear my inner thoughts, listen to my intuition, be at one with it, really explore that feeling, explore what it can add to my life, look to it for answers. It's not a disconnected process anymore of me to just like stop and then schedule time to go meditate. It has become sort of a way of life, actually. So I do it all the time, and I especially start my days really connecting with my higher self, actually, is how I like to look at it. So this has helped me grow my self-love, grow my self-worth, and know one of the cornerstones of how I lead this life, know who I am before I leave the house versus leaving the house. How many of us leave the house and we wait for everyone else around us to tell us how our day is going to go? We're not taking our power. We're not looking at ourselves as powerful. We're not looking at ourselves as creators of our world, and we're not taking our power back. So what I help you guys tap into that. I help you guys reach for your higher self. And today I'm here because I really, really, really wanted to help you guys unlock that higher power. I really wanted this video, guys, to be inspirational more than anything else for you guys. I want you guys to understand a little bit the work that I've done and what I do in my day-to-day life in order to leave a life that is extremely fulfilled and only getting more and more fulfilled, extremely blissful, extremely happy. It's just great. I'm really in a good place, and I really, really wanted to share some insight on that with you guys today. So I'm actually surrounded by my beautiful crystals here. I've got some good ones. I'm always anchored in with crystals. Got some pyrite here, which was a new addition. Pyrite is a beautiful stone for anchoring into wealth and prosperity, actually. This is really, really magnetic in terms of attracting. Look at that, this cluster, just like such a beautiful piece. Attracting wealth and attracting abundance. So really beautiful. And I actually picked this up because I didn't own pyrite yet, and I really wanted to tap into this stone and work with it in conjunction with citrine, which I have a small little tumble here of citrine. Because I'm on the go, so this is kind of like an on the go piece. And what this citrine does is that it actually helps me tap into my creativity and get in flow with my abundance and open up my channel of abundance. And then when I team it up with pyrite, I just love these two colors together, the sparkle with the yellow. So these two really, really help me nurture my current goals and nurture that flow of abundance, open it up so that it's always an energy that's in flow within me. So crystals have really, really helped me. I guess we can say that that is what I like to call an anchor in my life in terms of reaching for my higher self. It was probably one of the, apart from releasing the disease to please and stepping into my higher power, crystals were like a cornerstone of how I was able to physically look at an object and anchor into my worth and step up into my higher life and manifest my higher life. So crystals for me, imperative. I'm never without them. I actually picked up, the store that I go to is actually in Montreal, and since I'm in the area, I went recently, so this is why I've got them. They've all been sitting out here while I stay at this home, which is my parents' home. So they've been out in nature day and night, just coasting here and taking in all the energy of this new moon cycle. We had a new moon in Leo, which is my moon sign, on Saturday. So it's still a high energy. Look at this point. This is actually quartz, and then it's also smoky quartz at the top, guys. And what I love about this is it's got some rutilated bits, but that just the flow of clear quartz at the bottom and then smoky at the top. I don't know if you guys can actually see this, but there's something that I really want to show you guys about this. Do you see that hologram? It's just incredible. Well, this is really going to magnify that light right there that you're seeing is a reality for it if you saw it in person. And look at these two gold flecks. Like, the rutilation there is just incredible. I love this. This point is going to magnify all intention into the universe and bring it right back. It's also any crystal that it is paired with, guys, it's going to quadruple. It's going to amplify its energy and its power and the intention that I set for it. So really excited to have this as a cornerstone anchor, for all of the intention and the attention that I'm putting to my crystals. This guy right here is just a beautiful point. The point is perfect. The symmetry up here is incredible. I really felt connected to this piece. So this has been moving forward into this energy that I've got right now and that I'm working with this week. This has been a cornerstone piece. So crystals are definitely something that have helped me a lot. I think that they were really a catalyst for me as well in terms of tapping into my higher self, in reaching for this higher life that I really, really, really wanted to to live. There had to be a change, and I want to see a change in my life. And it had been kind of a long time coming because I had a burnout, right? So that meant I was already at the edge of my au bout de mon fil, like we say in French. I just couldn't handle anymore. So a change needed to happen, and it occurred. And it really, really, the greater theme was me standing up for who I am, stepping into who I am. And I talk a lot about it because I really believe that self-love, self-worth, knowing yourself and loving yourself and being yourself are actually how you lead a fulfilled life. So laced in all of the themes that I'm going to talk about today, that I'm going to break down for you guys today, is a theme of deep self-love. Deep self-love. I'm actually at a point now where I know I love myself so much that it's more powerful, that message, for me to tell myself that I love myself than anyone else telling me that they love me. It means my word of how I treat myself and how I love myself means the most to me above anyone else's word. And I actually went through a brief period where I felt really bad about that because I thought, oh my gosh, how disconnected am I from everyone else now that no one can say the words I love you and have it mean as much as it means when I say it to myself, or how much it means when I know that I love myself so much. It's not an ego love either. It's really just a love of worth, a love from a really pure place of just knowing that it is my birthright to enjoy my life, and that it is my right to live a fulfilled life. And that when I look at life from this spiritual kind of way, which is how I lead my life, it's just so spiritually in tune, and everything has a purpose, everything has a reason, and everything is beautiful, and everything is just, there's beauty everywhere. And I live my life so in bliss and in flow and so unfrustrated and so zen because of the way that I have changed my relationship with myself. So actually, that wasn't in my notes, but that is the number one way that I have changed my life. And I think it wasn't in my notes because it's an underlying theme in everything that I do and everything that I touch on in the Chic Flow videos and the Chic Flow newsletter. I also do an affirmation a day on Instagram. If you're curious about that and you want to tune in, Monday to Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I pull an affirmation and I share that with you, and I give you my take on it and a self-love angle on how you can up level your life that day. So join me for that. But so it is a common thread in everything that I do. So yeah, let's talk about the first point. The first point, guys, is gratitude. Gratitude is the root of happiness. I touched about it a bit this morning, guys. I'm not talking about gratitude like, oh, hey, I got that gift, thank you so much. No, I'm literally talking about gratitude every single day. I am grateful and opening yourself to receive gratitude. So how I live my life is that I'm grateful a zillion times a day. I can't even put a finger on all the gratitude that I express day in and out, multiple times a day, thanking everything. Like, thank you so much for the freedom that I have right now to be able to sit here and talk with you guys and connect with you guys. Thank you so much for the access that I have to this beautiful garden right now to be able to sit and film here. Thank you so much that I wake up in safety and that I wake up in love. Thank you for the food that I am eating. Thank you for the way that I am able to be surrounded by loved ones, the way that I'm able to make choices that fill my cup and that help me reach my higher power. Thank you for the friendships I have. The amount of gratitude doesn't end. Thank you for my dog. Thank you for everything. And I'm not exaggerating. I express gratitude day in and out. There's not a moment that goes by. If I have I'm thinking now, I'm sitting at this table that we usually have Sunday dinners, and I'll sit down with my family, and when I leave, or right when I'm eating, it's at some point during the meal, before the meal or after the meal, it's thank you so much for the time that I was able to experience this evening with my family. There's a constant going on of family and gratitude and just appreciation, and that is really the cornerstone, guys, of this is it. It's the bottom line of how you are going to live your life in bliss and in happiness, is expressing gratitude. It's the number one reason. It is why I put it as number one. Cannot overstate it enough. How are you grateful? What are you grateful for? How can you express gratitude? How do the simplest things call upon you to express gratitude? Ask yourself, journal around it, journal around it. Journaling around it will help you realize what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for today? The second thing that helped me really create the life of my dreams, guys, is tapping into my positivity, my gift of positivity, and always stating an affirmation at the beginning of my day. So instead of going out and being positive for everyone and always being positive and people always telling me you're so positive, how are you coming, you're so positive? I started looking at myself and thinking, you're positive, you're awesome. Let's go spread that shit everywhere today. Let's go lift someone up today. Let's go bring that positivity. Everyone has it within them. It is a choice that we make every day to be positive, to be negative. And of course, there's things that trigger me and I feel negative in the moments or I have a negative feeling, but I always try and look at the good on it. The other thing that helps me anchor into that positive thought process is having an affirmation. An affirmation, guys, is a statement of belief that actually it helps me tap into my belief of something that I know to be true. So it's always said in first person, and you always state it as though you know that it already occurs in your future. And you can also affirm negative stuff. So you want to be careful to always be affirming positivity. Affirming it's a verb, and it's kind of anchoring, solidifying that something is happening. Okay? So I affirm that you guys are all entitled to live a beautiful life. I affirm that I have expressed gratitude towards you guys for watching this video. I affirm that I have invested a lot of love and light in this video, that everyone who watches this video experiences love and light in their life. I have sprinkled that into this video for you guys, so that when you come away from this video, you're going to come away with hopefully a download on how you can change your life, but also just a little bit of bliss and a lot of love and a lot of support in that you know that I'm there for you. Because I always say it, when Chic is in your corner, she's in your corner for good. So I'm in your corner. If you're watching this video, I'm in your corner. I got your back. We got this together. Let's connect also, because I want to share your wins with you guys. So an affirmation, guys, is a positive statement that you are making about your life. Okay? It can also be a negative statement, so be mindful about that. How I created the life of my dreams is I step out of my day knowing the gift that I can bring to the world, knowing the gift that I can bring to the people around me. I empower myself with that gift. And I also anchor in my day every single day with, I actually do a worksheet, a self-love kind of worksheet, and also a manifestation worksheet. And in that worksheet, I always make sure that I am stating a self-love affirmation about myself. And that helps me, again, circle back to gratitude, circle back to self-love, appreciate everything that is in front of me. The third thing that has helped me, and we're going to get into like a little bit of personal kind of evolution now, spiritual growth on my personal end, is stepping out and away from the city. That is really my third thing. The third thing that really helped me step into my higher self, step into my mode of bliss, step into flow, step into Stephanie Chic, was getting away from all the noise. So much noise in the city. And I realized how much I had been saying that I needed to get away, and I was affirming that I needed to get away, and I was always met with people who negated that because it wasn't their reality and it wasn't their truth, and that's okay. And I'm going to touch on that next. But it was my truth, and I'm living it now, and I'm in nature, and I'm so happy to be disconnected from the noise and the people. And there's no better way to explain it than the noise of every single day, the voices, everybody trying to tell you this and tell you that and tell you this. If you want to tap into your higher self, and I'm going to talk about it in a point again later, you need to spend time with yourself. And for me, spending that time for myself was really getting away from the city, knowing myself by being alone with myself, which I've always liked alone time. I've actually thrived in alone time. I've backpacked a lot alone. I've traveled alone. It's nothing that I ever feared in life, but there was like a big part of me that just wanted to be like a lot of healers and a lot of nurturers. I just wanted to be in nature. And I'm really immersing myself in that. I'm immersing myself in a new city where I don't know anyone, and I get to really just explore who I am. That was something that really helped me reach for my higher life. It fills my cup so much. And when I come back into my old stopping grounds, I often think like that there's a quote or a poem, there's a verse in it about how you can't step into the same lake twice, or you can't put your feet in the same lake twice. Or you're not, anyways, it's a metaphor basically about life, about how even if you go back to the place, a place where you lived or where you were at one point. You're not the same person. And it's so true. So when I go back to Montreal, which is a city where I spent most of my adult life up until now, I'm 35 years old now, I'm not the same person. And I'm so much more aware of how I've changed, aware of how I'm different, but also aware of who I am now when I'm around circumstances that otherwise were familiar, right? So that was a huge one for me, was getting away from the noise, being alone in nature. Another practice that I adopted into my life that helped me live a life of my dreams is that I started wishing love on everyone. I realized that love and positivity were my gift. And I realized that as a healer, it wasn't my, it was part of my calling and my purpose. A big part of it is to share that with everyone and not to keep it for myself. And what that did was that helped me unleash a lot of forgiveness. So I'm constantly sending love to everyone around me all the time. I think about people, I send them love, I send them light. And everything that you send out, guys, comes right back to you. So I also unlocked a possibility for me to love myself more and to experience more love in my life as a result of that. And I already experienced an incredible amount of love in my life, which I'm also very grateful for. So the fact that I was able to unlock and release a boundary that was tied to forgiveness a lot and kind of this feelings of repressed emotions, in doing so, guys, I was really able to reach a new level of growth and reach a new level of myself and a new level of bliss and a new level of happiness, and reach another cornerstone of leading a really fulfilled, happy, in-flow life. So I send love to everyone. It's a huge part of my everyday life. It's also a huge part of the chic circles. There's a crystal grid with a lot of pink quartz, rose quartz, and rhodochrosite. A lot of healing love stones in those grids that I put together and that I infuse with the intention of my love for everyone who comes, everyone who attends. I infuse love in all of that as much as possible. And Chloe, what's happening? Sorry, my little dog's just like barking. She's like, there was like someone at the door just came to tell me something. So there we go. So there's a lot, sorry about that, guys. Stop, drop, and film. Here we are. So yeah, I infused a lot of love into my life by infusing everyone else's life with love. Really cool thing. That really unlocked a lot of power for creating the life of my dreams. Speaking of love, another thing that I learned to do is I accept everyone for who they are. I never really would have called myself someone that wanted to change people. Not that person. I never had these relationships where I was like, oh, I wish I could change this person and they would be better. Or I'm going to get into this relationship because I think I could change someone. I already had that part of me that appreciated people for who they were. But I had a personal block and a personal growth spurt, I guess, when I realized that I would have these dialogues with myself and I'd be like, oh, I really wish that this person would be like that. And what I thought about that was, when I thought about that, guys, I really thought about how when I accepted people for who they were and I send them love, what it did was that it mirrored back into myself. And actually, I'm saying this now and I'm thinking to myself, if you guys want a crystal to tap into that, if you want a crystal for self-reflection, reach for obsidian. It's going to help you understand a little bit more about your shadow side, your critter brain, how you self-sabotage, your victim side. And it's going to be a mirror for where you can maybe explore changes with the way you view people, view relationships, and you view yourself within a relationship. So that was a really freeing something for me, because a really freeing step for me, because accepting people for who they are actually is twofold for me. On one end, it's understanding that my growth and who I'm going to be constantly, because you're always evolving. I really believe that we're always growing, especially when we're in like that. Just, I always want to reach for my higher self stage, because my higher self right now is not the same higher self as it's going to be in 5 years, in 10 years, maybe even in a year from now, right? So there's something to explore there. But the other thing that it helps too is it always throws me back. It always mirrors onto myself the issues that I'm having in my relationships and with other people. So in a situation where I'm getting frustrated, instead of being like, oh, this person's really frustrating me, how I think about it is, you know what? What's bothering me about that? How can I make more of that situation? What is it about what is this situation saying about myself? And I don't kind of project onto them my own issues with myself in that moment. And so it helps me communicate better. It helps me understand, it helps me further a relationship and nurture relationships, because I love people for who they are. I take that into consideration always. Whenever I hit a block with a relationship, with a conversation, with something, I'm like, I love this person for who they are, and I send them love and I appreciate them for who they are and what they bring to my life. Why am I challenged in the situation? So that is where you're really going to get into your vulnerability state, guys, and where you're really going to explore your self-worth, and where you're really going to empower yourself, because you're going to understand yourself a little bit more, and you're going to understand how you handle certain situations, why certain things trigger you. And at the same time, by the same token, on the other side of that coin, you're always going to be sending love to that relationship and to that person. You're going to be wholeheartedly accepting people for who they are. And what that means, is that in accepting other people for who they are, you're putting energy out there that the world and people are going to accept you for who you are. Really important cornerstone. Accepting people for who you are is sending the message that you are also accepting of yourself for who you are, and that the world will accept you for who you are. So I love that message. I think that was like a really freeing part where I released a lot of boundaries in terms of freedom. Really, freedom. That was a big cornerstone for freedom for me. It helped me reach for my higher purpose. It also helped me reach for my higher self. It really helped me live a fulfilled and happy life, because I don't carry that energy anymore where I'm putting blame on other people. I'm just saying, I love you for who you are. I understand. Why is this upsetting me? How can I handle this? What does this say about me? How can I journal around this? How can I release this block? How can I improve myself in this situation? We cannot expect people to change. They will not necessarily change. And even so, if they do change, they will not necessarily change at the pace that we wish them to, right? So it's important to change that dialogue. I also became very conscious of the words that I use. This ties back into the affirmations, guys. I was really, really conscious of the words that I was using, and that the words that I chose to express myself day in and out in conversations were framing my reality. So the words you choose, guys, those are words that frame your reality, and those are things that are having an affirm, like they are affirming, they are anchoring in your reality. So be wary of the words you choose. I stopped saying, I hate this, I hate that, I'm frustrated from this. No, there was no more of that. I always send love and light and positivity and support and good vibes, and I put trust in the universe, and I explore faith in the universe, faith in the process, trust my intuition, all of those things. I'm always turning on its head anything that feels negative, or where I catch myself affirming by saying them, anything that could be self-deprecating, deprecating to my life, negating the life that I want to live. And the last thing that I did, guys, is I actually work with a Reiki healer. So if you're in Montreal and you want to connect with her, I'll link her below. Her name is Tamara, and she is Mama Oracle on Instagram, MAMAORACLE. And I will, again, link her whole thing below, but she is wonderful. Reiki healing has really helped me. Tamara has a psychic gift, so she combines her gift with her gift of healing, and I see color in those sessions. I have channeled my inner child. I have visualized my inner child. I've experienced the pain that I felt, at what age I felt it. I have been able to move forward with healing and forgiveness, which are cornerstones. Healing and forgiveness, not only of others, but of ourselves first and foremost. I have been able to create an awareness around who I am, so that I can reach for my higher purpose and be the best person, the person that I'm dreaming of being, so that I can lead the life that I'm dreaming of living. Just in really working with her. Her sessions are about an hour long, and then there's a consult that's about 15-20 minutes, depending. My first one is a little bit longer. I go about every 2 or 3 months. I started this year, changed my life. These healings always fast track me into my healing process, so they really expedite it, which is phenomenal as well, in terms of reaching those levels that you're working within or working towards day in and out in your own personal life. So I highly suggest Reiki healing. Find a good healer, go through referral. If you're in the Montreal area, if you're coming to Montreal, I highly suggest booking a session with Mama Oracle. Tamara is so gifted. Every time I have a session with her, a block is released, and I move forward in my life. It's the best way to explain it. If you want to move forward in your life, if you want to release energetic blocks that are either stopping you from living the life that you want, or that are creating this illness within you, because stifled energy creates illness, and it just like, it sucks the life out of you, and it sucks. It can really take a toll, I firmly believe, on our well-being, on our physical well-being, when we are carrying blocks that aren't having energy flowing through them consistently. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. I never walk out of there, oh, all your chakras are balanced and you're just like shooting for the stars. But I walk out of there empowered, extremely relaxed, almost like a massage. I'm healed in a way because I've been amongst the presence of Tamara. She's worked her gift on me. So other chakras, I always feel like it's like we're working through the chakras more and more, and they're all kind of like releasing, and slowly, as the ones that need a little more work, we just keep reworking on them, and then we move on to the next one and we work through that one, and then eventually they'll all be a little bit more in flow consistently, and I'll have less work to do on one versus another, and it'll be more about working through them steadily and consistently. So I highly suggest Reiki healing. Was such a cornerstone of my healing process. Let me know if you have any questions about it. That is something that has helped me propel the changes that I want to see in my life. And of course, I do yoga as well, which has really helped. I really love that practice, and I love the just connecting with myself. It's also where I experience that in working out. I was doing spinning before. I experienced my most creative downloads in moments of exercise and moments of being just with myself in those activities of exertion, basically. So it's really interesting, and I've gone from high intensity workouts, which I thought I needed because I was such a bubbly, energetic personality, to tapping into a calmer state and calmer workouts, and workouts that really cause me to be still and focused. And focus is actually one of the cornerstones of 2018 for myself, for my business, for my brand, for where I want to lead my life. It's really, how can I focus? Because sometimes when we're spirited as I am, we can be all over the place, as I'm sure you've noticed watching some of my videos, and maybe if you know me in real life as well. So focus is like really a challenge for me. So in order to bring more of that into my life and to tap into that, and in order for me to reach my full potential and to reach for my higher self, I've learned that focus can also come from stillness and from doing practices like yoga, where for an hour it's just me and the mat and a few other people who have the same intention for that hour. I set an intention at the beginning of every practice, and I found a gym that I love, that I'm in flow with, and that speaks to me. So that's also super important. Try out different teachers, and I found a teacher that I love, and I always walk out of there invigorated from the breath exercises and just the being one with myself, and not being kind of vulnerable to all of today's noise sensitivities. It's like even just a break to put my phone on airplane mode and that kind of thing. So basically that ties into time alone and time in nature and time away from the hustle and bustle of the city. That's really how I've helped myself tap into my higher self and create the life that I'm always dreaming of. Another thing that I did tied into that theme is I hired a coach. So hiring a coach was really, really empowering for me, because I coach other people. That is what I do, and I really wanted to experience firsthand what that support felt like. I wanted to offer that as a gift to myself. And I also wanted to have an accountability partner to reach for my higher self. Again, the coach that I hired was through a process of high intuition, not somebody that was referred to me. Though I do go a lot on referrals of things, but if I don't vibe with that referral, it's like I don't give it a second thought. I don't ask a lot of people for their opinions on things, because I trust so much my own self, in my own intuition and my own inner voice. All my answers I know are within me, so I don't go to outside sources, which also, by the way, is an element that will help you live a fulfilled life. The more you quiet the noise and the more you listen to yourself and you trust yourself and you trust the process of life, and those two things really go hand in hand, the more you're favoring the unfolding of the life that you're dreaming of. So this video is much longer than I anticipated. We're hitting the 35-minute mark here, and I really want to thank you guys for watching this. I hope I inspired you in one way or another to go out there and choose the life that you want to be living through your words, through your actions, through affirmations, and through tapping into your inner self and your inner knowing. Trust the process. Honestly, there's a higher power out there that's got your back, and when you are sticking to yourself, when you're being yourself, and when you're loving yourself, guys, you are so supported. I have spread so much love into this video and so much light into this video. I thank you for watching it. I hope you feel it from the bottom of my heart. I really, really want you guys to go out there and live your best lives and take away some pointers and some tips from this video. If you need more tips or you want more one-on-one, you can definitely, there's a link below. I'll put it for you to connect with me to schedule your one-to-one free call with me, so we can explore those. We can explore more themes or get to working where you want a little more help. And you can always reach me on Instagram at Stephanie Chic. Would love to hear from you guys. It's probably the best way to reach me. I'll also put my email below. And share with me your win. How have you changed your life? How has that empowered you? And how are you living the life of your dreams? What was your favorite change that you made to favor the life that you want to be leading? Let me know. Let me know things that you do for yourself that have changed your life. I'm really, really always inspired by you guys, and I wish you lots of love and lots of success and big wins. And I wish you nothing but true bliss, happiness, and a chic, chic life. I will see you guys next week for next week's Stop, Drop, and Film with Stephanie Chic. Have a good one. Bye.